Alright everybody, welcome to another episode of Minecraft Eternal version 1.4.4. If you've been following and have watched my episodes 1 through 7, you can see the little setup that I got going on here. I've got a way down to bedrock and other tunneling stuff down there. It's nighttime, let me sleep real quick. Outside my base, we've got my smeltery going over here, and I'm just going to continue building that up for a good while because, you know, more is better. It's filled with lava. I've got a cast in it. Got a nice little haunted pickaxe over here. I had a super vein of coal that's right here under, and it leads to a dungeon underneath my base. I've got a nice nether portal built over here. When last we left off, I was looking for a sky slime island. Well, I finally found one after quite a bit of failure on stream, and then when I ended, I actually found one over that direction by an Astral Sorcery temple. So that's good. Got my power set up over here going, renewable. It's doing work, it's doing wonders. Got a few machines that are producing. Got some Inferium essence going on. When I last left off, the only things that I did off camera were upgrading some of my baubles, because I now have a hardened flux, a hardened flux magnet, flux capacitor, flux magnet. Yeah, and I'm doing pretty good with things. I added, if you look right here, selling cobblestone. It's doing work one way or the other, but I don't need to keep cobblestone. Hey, thank you, Haas. Welcome to the stream. I did have a little bit of flux, so I was able to find a cache of ender pearls while searching for my Astral Sorcery Temple, or my Sky Slime Island that I found by the Astral Sorcery Temple. And I built myself a Flux Controller and a basic Flux storage. Basically, you want at least at a minimum these two items. First, because the Flux Controller will allow you to show you everything about your energy network, anything that is connected to it. I just named it my network. It allows you to charge your baubles, your armor, your hotbar, your offhand, and your main hand. That's all your armors, everything down here. Your main inventory is, however, disabled. It's a blessing and a curse, but it's not really needed. But that's disabled in the config, so you know that's your personal choice to change it. As you can see, it tells you your controller, your storage, inputs and outputs, and how much is being transferred at whatever rate. Now it's not transferring anything because currently my basic storage has 1 million RF in it. So that is the max a basic can have. Now you can build multiple as long as it is selected by the network right here. It'll show. And as you can see, it actually fills with the color that you have it set for over here. This is just all your details. When energy is going in and out, it'll show you what everything is. It shows you who the members are. And there is a way to add members to this. And then, of course, you can go here and create new networks. You can change whether it's public or encrypted. If it is encrypted, a password for it. My network is currently public. And then what type of energy units it shows, either energy units or redstone flux. Redstone flux, of course, is the Minecraft default, and energy is just energy. That's when you're dealing with EU and MJs and all the other types of energies that Minecraft has. I think there's about 16 of them. There's a conversion chart of what all does what somewhere. I saw it one time. And then of course you choose the color for your network, and it can be any color and then whatever you want to name it. So as you can see, like I said, here's the actual storage, which has 1 million energy in it. Now ignore the transfer limit because you can just disable the limit. So that's what that does. But if you come out here, you can see that right here, this is what you need. It's a plug to pull from your network where your energy is producing, and that will provide power into your actual network. Now things that require power are like your flux capacitor, your jetpack, your fluxomagnet, and eventually and your scooperator, and other items that you get later on like your end steel armor or dark steel armor will both also get powered by that. And that is an Arctic dampening creeper that I do not want to mess with, so I'm going to leave him be. I still got my cheese setup going over here. I did change it up a little bit so that way I now have a crafter changing it from blocks to slices, because if you calculate it up, the slices are slightly a bit more in value as far as selling wise. So yeah, I don't remember what I needed the slime for, but I did build a few machines, one of them being a lava generator somewhere in here. Got a lot of stuff now. And I did find a few of the pets, inventory pets, so that's kind of cool. I got some more bees. These name tags I'm probably just going to trash. I do have a mob duplicator, and I did find some dark boots. Now, if it wasn't for the fact that I have sky slime boots on right now, or if I could put Featherfall or something of an enchantment on these dark boots, I would of course switch out, because dark boots are so much better than the slime boots. For one, slime boots actually don't give you any armor. I found a few ender swords, so those are cool. I don't know where I got that. I think I found it in a box, but I'm keeping them for a reason. I got a bunch of foods and things going over here. Radiation badge. Some other boots here for water walking. I got an XP tap, and I have the other stuff as well. Now the diver's boots have Aqua Affinity and Depth Strider 3. Basically, when you wear these, you'll swim faster, and I think Depth Strider makes you move faster when swimming. Something like that. There's another crafting table pet. I got the cow pet. I do not yet have a feed bag, but I will be working on that here shortly, because the only thing I have right now is a cow, and that's going to come into play later. I do have the ender here, another one here, another one here. All of them are great swords. I'm keeping them because, as you can see, they come with Empowered 2, Direct, Mini Anvil, Empowered 3, Micro Anvil, Travel. I'm going to rip all those enchantments off before I get rid of the swords. I did get a Pingot pet, Pinwa pet, however you want to pronounce it, stable chest plate. I did start making some of my AE system so that I can get ready to start getting that going. I'm just going to use that. I got a lava fabricator made. I got my compacting drawer made because that's going to come into play when we start getting into ethylene and big power generation. I did make some tier 4 crafting seeds because I've got a lot of Inferium Essence. And I also made the Master Infuser Crystal so that way I don't have to worry about durability. And eventually I'll make a probably a tier 3-ish crafting from RF tools, and I will change those all the way up to Insanium. Now, while Insanium is only good for being sold if you turn it into the ingots, you can, however, take the Insanium essence and make it 4 of the next lesser essence. So if we look up Insanium over here, as you can see, it takes 4 Supremium to make 1 Insanium, and then if you go the other way, 1 Insanium will make 4 of the Supremium. Okay. I'm not sure if the blocks do it the same. No. But if nothing else, you can make a nice purple facade out of it, which is basically just to hide your blocks. We'll get into that later, though. But right now, what I'm trying to do is work with doing some of these up here. Okay. Now I have some Fluix. Okay. Now for the Fluix seeds, I need to get the Fluix crystals, which I have. But I need Superium essence. And as you can see, I got it. So now I have Fluix seeds too, which is great, because now I'll never have to worry about running out of Fluix or wasting redstone, Certus quartz, and nether quartz. There we go. Couldn't remember what it was for a second. But yeah, it saves me on that. Now I do have, if you look, I look up my seeds, I've got all these seeds. Now the only ones you need to worry about is the Inferium essence that I have out in the garden cloche. I've got nether quartz seeds made, I've got redstone seeds made, I have a Certus quartz made, so I have everything I need to keep Fluix pretty prominent. If I ever run out of the actual Fluix seeds, then I can, of course, take my nether quartz, Certus quartz, and redstone seeds and produce just all of those. But eventually I'm going to have to make more garden cloches or make an actual farm where I'm producing them from. So first let's go ahead and use this little essence that I got, because why not? Let's put it in our handy dandy tome. Okay. I did upgrade this to a Mark II, so I can hold a little bit more items into it. Not quite ready for a Mark III. Now I still need the energy cell. Okay. Now for that I need Quartz Glass. Now for the energy cell, I just need what's in the center, which is the Quartz Glass, which is made from crushed Certus quartz, nether quartz, and any sort of glass. So let's go ahead and see if we get nether quartz. We should have a lot of that. Yeah, 197. So we can go ahead and take that. And we're going to go to our handy dandy crusher outside after we turn it to daytime. Keep this rifter away from us. Okay. And we're going to come over here to our pulverizer. We're going to turn off our auto output for the moment. We're going to throw in all this nether quartz. Now we could time in a bottle and speed it up if we really wanted to. Oh, I guess it's going to anyway. So that's just going to turn into silicon by mistake. Good to know. So let's go ahead and speed this up with some time in a bottle. Now you don't want to speed it up too much, because if you speed it up too much, then this is going to drain. Now I could just put in my flux capacitor, which has 1,000,000, into this slot right here and power it, and then I can keep going as long as the flux capacitor has power. I just don't want to do that. I don't need to. But in order to turn this crushed quartz into quartz glass, actually let's do it from the crushed quartz itself. It's got 7 crafting recipes. Okay, we're going to need glass itself and just crushed quartz. So we're going to make a little bit of it. So we can turn that on, take this out, put that back to the proper output, and go about our business. Hey, got another achievement. Okay, so how much actual glass do we have? 7. So let's see if we can do this right. This should work. Yeah. And you get 4 for the pattern, which is more than enough. Okay. So now we just go to our energy cell, and bam, we have it made. And then we throw that back in, put this out, and I'm not going to actually use this yet, but now we can also take the energy cell off of there. As a matter of fact, we take our compacting drawer off, our basic drawer off, our drawer key. I'm going to leave that on there for now because I don't think I have one. No, I don't. Okay. And then I can take the upgrades off as well. Now I don't have fused quartz yet because in order to do that I have to use an alloy smelter, which I do not have yet. Okay. Or a sag mill because I don't have any dark bimetal gears or dark steel ingots except for I think 1. And for that I need an induction smelter with pulverized obsidian. Now obsidian we're actually running a little low on. We have 9. And yes, we have some obsidian TNT. So I'm going to take half of this industrial dye blend, and I will get this experience obelisk and experience rod. I don't think I made any other XP stuff. No, I just have the tap. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go outside. We're going to crush ourselves some obsidian in our pulverizer. So we're going to configure this again. I'm going to throw this in. It's going to take a minute. We're only doing 4, so it's not bad. And of course we have our baubles with lava and water that we can go into our smeltery and make more if we absolutely needed to. And while we're waiting on that to pulverize, we can come and collect more of our sugarcane for paper. Okay. Now notice that we're also getting more than 1 every time we pulverize, so that's kind of good. Because we're going to need a lot, right? 12, so we get 4 every pulverize. Now unfortunately this doesn't smelt, so you can't turn it into massive obsidian production. That would be a little broken. Throw an obsidian, get 4 dust, smelt the dust, and then there you go, you have nearly unlimited supply of pulverized obsidian or obsidian blocks. But we'll get into that later. Because we can, however, make obsidian seeds. It's kind of hard to see here, but here it is right here. Now we still have the 4 obsidian, but we'll need to make a tier 3 crafting seed and some intermedium essence. And to make that, it's just intermedium essence, so we need 8. And then we have to level up the crafting seeds, which we don't have at the moment, but we're not too worried about that. So let's go ahead and throw that up in there. Our sag mill, no. This was going to go into something. I don't need the fluid seeds there anymore. of the induction smelter. We can take our steel ingots eventually, and then we can turn them into dark steel. Now, in order to make a steel ingot, steel essence, you know, hey, it gives you 3, why not? And then you can smelt down anything that you find that's steel, redstone furnace, induction smelter, you know, same concept. Now, what we want is the molten steel, because that's probably the easiest way to get it. Okay. Now, in order for molten steel, we need to go to our smelting. No, we want to go to alloying, which is not here. Why is alloying not here? Oh, there we go. Steel and boron, which makes ferroboron. No, that's not what we want. Am I just missing something? Ah, there we go. Refined iron ingots and pulverized coal in an industrial blast furnace or a crude blast furnace, just plain iron ingots. Now, in order to make a blast furnace, a crude blast furnace, we're going to have to get into immersive engineering, which maybe it's a good time to start making these bricks, which for blast bricks, all it is regular bricks, nether bricks, and a blaze powder. Let's see how many we have. Okay, so we have the regular bricks, so that means we need the nether bricks. Nether bricks are just smelted down netherrack. So let's see how much netherrack we have. Ah, we have 103, so we can take a stack and do it. Okay. Just get these started melting down. Okay. And let's just put it right over here, I suppose. Yeah, right next. No. I'm going to actually put it over here behind our energy stuff on the other side of our smeltery. I've been slowly still trying to work in clearing this space out because this chunk is chunk loaded as well because this is our power. So we might as well make better use of it, right? Okay, nice and cleared out. We can go up here, take our handy dandy axe. Get these started going away. Is there any clips or something? No, it's sunset. Okay. And of course we can either wait for this to just naturally decay or just do that and take care of them. Okay. I'm not worried about flying because I have the slime boots, so that's good. We're also going to eventually make this a couple floors higher for just the main room. I'm probably going to move my bed probably closer here to the door, and then against this back wall going up, I'll make stairs for the next level. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and rest, turn it to day again. Alright, now pretty much most of this has no meaning as far as which one you choose. It's just personal preference. When you get it, you're going to have like 1 or 2 levels in it already. So we're going to do, let's do Artisan, Furnaces and Brewing, Lumberjack, Hardy Woodfeller, you're okay. Zealot, in your face combat class. You mine and you craft. Spelunker, Archaeologist, Farmer, Scout, Warrior. Let's just go with Warrior. But now when we go into our skills, default is the letter B. You have this screen right here, okay? And you can go from crafting to combat to mining. And if you mouse over it, you can put points into every single one of these. And of course, if it has a line, you have to get the one above it as a prerequisite in order to get the bottom ones. The one we want is probably going to be Iron Skin. And of course, it takes this amount of levels to put into it. Okay? You can add levels here, which show up here, and this is where it takes from, not your experience bar down here. So if I were to just click add a level, it won't do nothing because it takes 5 for 1 point. But we're going to get into how to level this up efficiently later. But as you can see, you know, I got melee damage here, I got random crits here, archery, proficiency, but I have 0 in all the other ones, right? This is probably going to be the first one that I'm going to get. It's going to take 10 levels, which is going to be 50 levels worth of experience. And then you can get that. And as you can see, it says gain experience from crafting. Perfectly fine. But that's going to be what we're going to get in first. So let's go ahead and dump in these things that we just got. We just rested, so now let's go see how our Nether Bricks are doing. We got a good bit of them. We'll let those continue to go. Okay. So we're going to take our Nether Bricks, put them where they go, and put the rest of them in. Now, in order to build the blast furnace, it's a 3x3x3 structure, plain and simple. No more, no less. So you only need 27 blocks. Let's see if we can get all 27. Bingo. That's it. It cannot be auto-inputted, it cannot be auto-outputted, unfortunately. However, when you upgrade, if you upgrade and use it to the advanced blast furnace, it does have preheaters, which you can auto-input and auto-output to. We may get into that. I don't know. Yeah, okay, so we have our nice little handy-dandy space set up here behind our power grid. We're going to put this pretty close to our smeltery, just because we can. Now the smeltery, remember, can be an 11 by 11 and as tall as you want it. You can go from bedrock to 255 if you really wanted to, 11 across. It's not needed. I'm not going to make it that big. I may at some point pull it out this way some more, but that'll be later. But I'm going to leave this side open. So what we're going to do is we're just going to build our blast furnace. We'll make it, put it back a little bit. Make your platform. And then right, like that. That's it. Now in order to turn it into your blast furnace, you're going to need your handy dandy hammer, which I guess is in my storage, which I now have a new fancy dancy remote. So you just type in your hammer or your engineer's hammer. It's going to be either one of these. I made 2. And then you're just going to come over to it and right click it. You know it's formed when you see this little centerpiece change. And then you can put your hammer away. I'm actually going to put it all the way back in my storage. And now we have this. Now it takes fuel. I am missing something, however. I am missing the coke oven. Now the coke oven is different. It can be exported too. But what we're going to need for that is coke bricks, which I believe is this one. And as you can see, it takes clay, but the same bricks and any sort of stone, sandstone. I do not have any sandstone. How do I not have sandstone? Do I have any in my tank? No. No, I do not. So it looks like we're going to have to go some sandstone hunting. So let's put this away for now, and let's pick a direction on our map. Turn it to daytime so we can see. I probably got some sandstone over there, but I don't want to go over there because of radiation. But up there, excuse me, is where I found the Astral Sorcery Temple by the Sky Slime Island. Right up here. Let's see, is there any place that's closer for sand? Probably over this way. Yeah, I think that's going to be a good marker. So we're going to head to this, and I'm going to make it yellow so it's nice and visible. Okay, so let's just go ahead and start heading over in that direction. And of course, if we see sand or sandstone along the way, we'll stop and pick that up too, because we need both. And yes, I know I'm passing all the beehives. I could use them. But until I get my AE system up and running, I'm going to hold off a little bit. And as you can see, I'm waiting on the world gen to load. If I don't DC, because, you know, problems. Now I have been putting points into this skill tree, which does different things. I want to get this one eventually. I need Magic 20, which is this number right here. I need 3 more levels. And then I need Defensive 16, which will be the next thing I'm going to start putting points into because, yeah. Don't need to worry about Effect Twist. Undershirt could help. So I'll probably pick that up when I get 6 skill points and enough under defense. Still waiting on World Gen. Nope, there it goes. I just disconnected. So it'll be a minute. But yeah, if anybody has any comments or concerns, come on. Traveling distances is always going to be a problem because of this, especially when I'm trying to go super fast by flying. So I am sorry about this, folks, but we're making do. But I'm hoping by getting, you know, a good bit of sand and sandstone, we'll be able to get some stuff. Now, there are dirt seeds, and I don't have the fire seeds, I don't think, to make sand in a cloche with the seed yet. But I will try and work on that as soon as I get my AE system going, or the sooner that I get my base built up enough. I'll probably have 2 or 3 rooms dedicated to nothing but garden cloches. Now, if you don't go crazy with them, then you're going to be pretty okay. But we'll get to that when we get there, because they do cause a lot of ticks per second frame lag if you're not doing it correctly. So I'm trying to rejoin, waiting on my server to kick over. Now, is a garden cloche perfect? No. Is it an easy start for a standard? Yes. Do you want to use all of your farming methods into a garden cloche? No. I probably will, but I'm not looking at producing exorbitant, can't even say it right now, exorbitant amount of resources. I'm not going ridiculous with it. But if you talk with other people that are on the Discord server, shout out to those folks, there are people that do know how to make, I think the fastest is 6,000 Inferium Essence with 10-10-10 seeds from Agricraft and Mystacraft on tier 6 from a farm every second with something called the Time Turner. That's kind of the fastest way of tick acceleration. But for the purposes of what I'm doing, I'll probably get a bunch of skystone made. I'll probably get you know, little bits of resources here and there, and I'm gonna only keep in the garden cloches things that I'm gonna actually need to produce. Redstone's gonna be one, gold, eventually diamonds, emeralds, lapis, and once I get those things going, and I can always take out the current Inferium Essence and get other things producing, but you're going to need a lot of Inferium Essence to do what you're going to need to do with that for quite some time, especially if you want to make more seeds to be able to produce everything. So that one I'm probably going to leave as is out there where it's at. Now do note that when I was trying to do this, you have to use sandstone, not sand. But do note that you can, of course, take the sand. I think you can make it into sandstone, but we don't have a lot of sand either, and we need that for glass. So until I get at least probably 3 or 4 more garden cloches going, we're just going to have to make do with going and fetching for the time being. So I'm thinking once I get the second floor built, That's going to be nothing but garden cloches. That's everything that's going to be in there. I've got an infinite water source that I can pump water into the whole thing. I've got enough dirt that I can satisfy all the seeds. I'm getting a few of the seeds made, and eventually I'll probably have all of them producing. Fluid, Certus quartz, Nether quartz, and redstone. And you know, we'll get some iron going, we'll get some steel going. You know, we'll make do. Now the coke oven that we're trying to build, we're going to eventually get some steel made, make some progress. We're going to build the second one a little bit off. I'm going to actually turn it. So whereas the coke oven is, or excuse me, the crude blast furnace is facing my base, I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees to the right and put two of them on the right side. And that's made the same way as the blast furnace. 27 blocks will get you everything that you need. However, we're going to space them because in between we're going to have a creosote tank. Hey, good morning, Korish. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Glad you can make it. You just caught me in a loading screen for the moment. It's not wanting to reconnect. Trying to travel distance, it wasn't world genning. Usually happens when I'm trying to fly long distances. I am on the way to go get some sand and sandstone, hopefully. Awesome, awesome. It's always good to have your caffeine. Did it disconnect me again? No. It's just not connecting. I'm doing great. I'm making progress. As soon as my game logs back in, got a lot of things planned. I'm letting the checklist go to the wayside because I've got too many things that I'm wanting to do. So I'm just hoping that my computer will catch up to me. I actually can't have caffeine anymore. But I never touch coffee anyway. Okay, what's going on here? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's going on right now. It's the whole RAM issue thing. I'm at 94% capacity and it's slowing to a crawl for some reason. I'm trying to fix it. I mean, my server says that I haven't disconnected yet, so that's a good sign, but Oh wait, maybe it did stop the server. Normally that doesn't happen. Okay, it's moving again. At least I think it's moving again. It'll be fixed in a second. It's getting there. Excuse me. Apparently something happened and my server crashed. So that's why it froze on trying to log in. You got anything busy going on today, Corge? By the way, for those of you who don't know, Corjante is one of the admin on the Discord server. He is one of the ones who made a very helpful applied energistics tutorial. When I get more into actually setting mine up, I will leave a link into the description both on my episode that I posted on and on the YouTube when I upload it over there. Hopefully I can do him justice. Not much, quite a to-do list. Oh, absolutely a lot of to-do list. Okay. Come on, server. Kick over. See, I'd rather that the server goes down than the client, because if the client goes down, it takes forever to load back in. At least the server doesn't take that long. So hopefully we'll have things going. I'll keep it a secret. But I can tell you I am looking forward to it. So for those of you who aren't aware, I know my computer isn't the greatest in the world. It's only got 16 gigabytes of RAM, and the client itself already takes 10. Doing the game client, the game server, and streaming all from the same PC is a little taxing on my RAM. I am, excuse me, in the process of upgrading my RAM. However, recent events between my 7th and 8th stream here, my bank card got hacked. So while I have the money to do what I need to do, I don't have access to my money to actually do it just quite yet. So things are on hold just for a little bit longer, hopefully. But once I upgrade to 32 RAM, hopefully this whole disconnect and problem issues that I've been having, that you've been seeing in my first 7 streams, well, technically now my 8th stream, will hopefully be non-existent after that. And if everything goes well, I will also be opening the server up finally to have other people join and play, and the server will be left running 24/7. So I'm looking forward to that, especially for everybody who's watching my stream, following along, and wanting to see what I do in real time. And I hope to show off other people's impressive builds when that happens as well. So I'm looking forward to having a nice little community that can join in on this. Yeah, I know it is. Come on. It does still take a bit for the server to start up, but that's just Minecraft Eternal in general, right? I mean, faster your computer, faster your RAM, the more you can dedicate to the server, the faster it can go, but it still has to go through all the 380 plus mods that are in this pack. But it's worth it. There's a lot to do. The admins like Corge over here, Emperor, Bread, Goat, and quite a few others have put a lot of time and effort. I mean, you've seen what the quest system looks like. It is just massively done. And done well, I think. A few little changes here and there, a few problems every once in a while, but for the most part, it was almost done flawless. I mean, everybody has their own opinions of what's good, what's bad, but I think it was personally done well. I enjoy it. The only request that I've had so far was that people wanted me to debut, not debut, but basically give a showcase for Electroblob's Wizardry, doing some magic, which I do want to get into. I do think have a wand. I did come across a wizard tower, or two, I think. They wanted me to get into rats and explain bees. I've done a little bit of that. While I'm waiting for the server to connect, actually, I will show you a little chart that I made right here. Why is it not showing up? It's supposed to show up. Why are you not showing up? Oh, my picture is not showing. I showed it last stream. It worked fine then. Let me see what I can do about getting this thing visible. For some reason it's not wanting to let me get to my picture. I will have to do that at some point. Nope, still starting up. Boy. Okay, at least it's registering that the server is starting now, so that's a good sign. And hopefully eventually I plan to do a little bit more fancy stuff, maybe have my webcam going, maybe actually show the chat on the screen, things like that, because why not. It's nice to not only have interaction, but to show interaction, right? So when people ask a question, they know what I'm answering rather than me having to just voice it. Go a little professional with it. Unfortunately, I lost everything that I had at one point because I switched computers, but it's kind of a better this way because this is a much stronger computer to do things with, right? Ah, come on. Finish launching. Basically, what I was trying to express, though, about bees is why you want specific traits in some of the sections for the Energy Queen for massively producing RF. Um, if you do too much, nice. Raspberry Pi is pretty cool, I've got a 2 terabyte external, 1 terabyte internal, and a 8 terabyte cloud drive that I could fill with all sorts of things. So I have plenty of space, that's not a problem. Literally the only thing that's holding me back at this point is my RAM. Haven't gotten any word back yet about my computer that's being fixed, so I could eventually run the server off of there at full capacity. It's a 16 gig also internal, but I could probably pump 12 for running the server and keeping it running that way without too much issues. And that would leave the entire 32 gigs here open for Minecraft, where, with 32 gigs, I'll probably easily put maybe 15 into it, and I'll be able to have things still going. Hey, Derpy, how's it going? Welcome again. How are you doing? Take some water. And of course, for those of you who don't want to listen to my running commentary or sit through a stream of me in a loading screen like this, unfortunately, I do upload this to YouTube within a day's time or so after I air the Twitch episode. So you can always fast forward to when I finally get the server back up and running, or the client back up and running, and back into doing whatever I'm doing. So feel free, if you don't want to sit and watch, or sit and listen, or sit and converse, there's always that option. Is it finally ready? Yes, it is. Thank you. Finally. Okay, let's get back into this. We're trying to get that sand and sandstone. I will say, I do think it's hilarious that sometimes I can watch my stream window and see what I'm producing to the audience, and I can see things happen, like my game loading in, for instance, on my stream before my actual client boots up. Okay, now we're finally back on the road to doing what we need to do. So after a little bit of a hiccup of the server crashing, which is what all this was about, we're back up and running. Now I don't know if this is any sort of a bug that happens, or if it's because the server's running, or the lag out time, whatever, as things happen. But if you notice on the bottom of the screen, my food and my and my health are both not registering correctly, either now or when it fully boots in. You'll see that I have like a bunch of saturation missing. So let's grab my sleeping bag. And let's go ahead and sleep through the night. Oh look, midnight portal. Don't want to mess with that just yet. Okay, and let's continue on to what we were doing. Oh look, a banshee is over there. Now, last time I came out this way, there was a Cyclops over here, and my weapon is just not good enough to beat him yet, and my armor's not strong enough to survive a hit from him, so I kind of just left him. If he's still there or not, I don't know. Ooh, is that a chest? Or a crate or something down there? Sounds like spiders, if nothing. Oh, nope, I know what that is. Haha. So I don't know how much everybody knows about the mod that's in this pack called Dimension Doors, but you can do some pretty nifty things in it. And I'm not talking about just the pocket dimension that you can make or the dungeons that you find, but things about the dungeons themselves. For instance, in the mod pack here, it will go 50 deep. Every time you go into an iron door, you can go deeper, and every time you go into a wooden door, you go up a level. Oh, here's some sand. Let's grab that. As soon as I stop jumping around and lagging. Okay. There we go. Good bit of sand. Get us started. From the 20 that we have in our storage, right? Nice deserty biome over here. Well, that's not desert, but that's where we're going. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to go over here and mine in the side of the cliff to try and get the sandstone that we need. And this is going to take a lot of hunger away, but it's going to give us everything that we need. Okay, and we actually need a pickaxe for this, so that'll be nice. Because our pickaxe is much more durable than our shovel is. Alright. Okay. Now we are one level up away from making our pickaxe indestructible, which will be nice. Oops. Yeah, look at all that juicy sand and sandstone. Okay. I hear a slime. There he is, pink slime. I guess I got him. Okay. And now we can head home. I think we got more than enough, right? Besides, we need to replenish our cheese. Okay then, so let's just get home. Alright, so now our sandstone can go there in the center. I'm going to deposit all of this in. And we need 27 times 2. Okay, so we need more bricks, so we need to take a stack of clay, and we need to go and melt it down. Let's take out our nether bricks from in here. Get some more clay smelting. Alright, let's grab our cheese. Come on. Type in cheese. You can do it. There we go. Just take out a full stack, replenish that, put the rest back. Well, we can always get more if and when we need it, right? So what we are going to do is take these 15 that we have so far, and we're going to start building our coke oven back here. Like I said, this is facing our base. We're going to have 2 coke ovens facing the crude blast furnace. So we're going to do it about right. Let's do it a little bit away. Let's try about. Yeah, there seems good. Same 3x3. And that's our first 15 bricks. Okay, get some more bricks going. $15, $18, $21, $24, $27. So that's our first furnace working, or coke oven rather. So we'll take our hammer back out, and we're waiting for more bricks to smelt up. Lord knows we have plenty of clay. We're going to go ahead and build this over here. Okay. Now just like the coke oven, or the crude blast furnace, the coke oven here, it's going to give you what you need on the side that you right click it on. So when you right click it, this is the side that you want orientated this way. This can be automated. Come on, go in the interface. Trying to go in the interface. It's not wanting to let me. Eh. Things working? Why are things not working? it disconnected me, that's why. Phooey. But the important thing is we now have both our crude blast furnace and our coke oven, so we can start. Now I'm not going to worry about automating the coke oven just yet, but I may in the future because we need that for treated wood, right? And I don't know what's going on. I shouldn't be having failures like this. Not this soon, anyway. Now, mind you, I have no frames dropping. This is all the client. Because now the server's actually working right. Well, this is the price I pay for trying to stream, play, and run a server from the same computer for something that is this RAM intensive. But hopefully it won't be for too much longer. And for those of you who are wondering, I am trying to stream 1 to 3 days a week doing my episodes for this Let's Play. So I'm hoping things will be better. And hopefully be better soon. Here, let me close my Discord and see if that helps any. I was trying to keep it open and it was working for a time. Maybe I'll get some better luck by closing it. Couldn't hurt, right? Probably should have closed it from the get-go anyway. I wish there was a way that I could make this run off of more CPU than RAM, unfortunately. Minecraft doesn't work that way. And if by chance somebody knows a better way of doing it than I do, then by all means, please let me know in the comments so I can fix this and get you a much more pleasant experience to watch, right? Come on, client, catch up. I mean, it was going good for a minute. We got all that sand and sandstone mined. And we did get our crude blast furnace and coke oven built. on. Again, I can't express how sorry I am for this, folks. It's a struggle to say the least. Come on, why aren't you kicking over? Come on. It shows that it's working, which is the problem. Let's do like 30 minutes of this. Oof. Come on. Yeah, maybe if I lower the bare minimum of the game down to 8 gigs instead of 10, I might have better luck. So let's do this. Let's try and change that in the arguments and see if that picks up the pace any. Alright, let's give it a whirl, see if this works. Mind you, as you can see, my stream is perfect. Server's still running. It's the client having issues. Alright, let's see if lowering it down to 8 gigs has any better luck running the game and the server and the stream all at the same time than what we have been seeing. Gotta love technical difficulties, right? Well, it seems to be working smoother anyway. At least so far, but it's still just booting up. We'll see. So assuming the game lets me back in, my plans for now are to get enough coke bricks that I can build a second coke oven. And that will allow me to put in some iron and start getting some steel production going. It's slow going because of the way it's done, but it'll get us steel. But I plan on making sure that we have a creosote extraction, which is the byproduct. Also, the extraction for the coke dust, coal coke. And that, of course, is going to go into the blast furnace. So we're going to make some treated wood, and then we're going to put in some iron. And once I get in the game, I am going to show exactly what I plan on doing with the creosote, so that way that it doesn't back up inside the coke oven. It has an internal buffer of about, I think, 8 buckets worth, maybe 10, and it fills up a little bit at a time, you know, treating wood. But at the same time, it's going to be much better production than what we can get at the moment. Once I get the clay turned into bricks out of my redstone furnace that's outside, I will be able to put in instead what was it? The cobblestone, because I'm going to make more stone, so that way I can start working on expanding my base, building it up, so that way we actually have room to work, and we can start adding floors upwards and downwards eventually, so that way we can expand where we had to work and build more machines, get our AE system up and running, the whole 9 yards. I will teach you how to do the auto crafting. The best way for auto crafting to be done, to make sure that you always have your alloys of the 3 levels, the compressed carbon, compressed diamonds, and all those sorts of things. Well, it seems to be working just fine. No stops, no hang-ups. So it looks like we're going better now. I think lowering it down from 10 to 8 was probably the trick. And anytime you play modded Minecraft, it's a balancing act of RAM memory and CPU and everything to make sure that you can not only run it but play it. When we get in the game, we'll see if we can actually play it well. So it's a test for both of us. Now, for those of you who are wondering, when I do get my AE system storage up and running, I am not going to get rid of my simple storage network. I am going to keep it for other things, for 2 reasons. One, anytime I'm in the overworld, it's a quick way to deposit without wasting infinity energy, which we'll get into that, but also because keeping things like swords and pants and helmets will take up massive amounts of storage in your AE network. Things that are enchanted will not stack. Things that have durability damage will not stack. So you have to have a massive amount of ME drives filled, and if you have all 63 slots filled, but they're all single items that don't stack, you're never going to hit that limit. So it's a little bit of a pain. Things like books, enchantment books, can be a bit of a pain, but we'll get into that. But again, I'm keeping my simple storage network, so anything that I don't want in my AE, I still have stored elsewhere. And eventually when I get a Wither Star, I will plan for upgrading my simple storage network remote to the highest tier, which will allow it to work cross dimensions, not just anywhere in the overworld. Well, we're almost there. All right. And I think we are set. So it took us a little bit and a bit of a process to do, but hopefully everything's going to work itself out from here on out. And if it doesn't, then the next time it happens to disconnect, I will probably call it and end the stream earlier than anticipated, earlier than I wanted. But we did get some good progress going, so we're not at a complete loss. Okay, finishing up 6 of 7, and 7 of 7 will launch. Getting there. 341,668 recipes. Just shows you how many mods are actually in this pack. Alright, coming up on the moment of truth. Cross your fingers, folks. Here we go. Alright, we're in. We got sound, right? Yep, there we go. Launching server. Or launching client into server. Alright, let's see how it runs. So far, no better or worse than before. So far, so good. Alright. Okay. And what I couldn't show you before was this interface. Here we go. 12 millibuckets. That's how many creosote oil you can store. So we're making progress. Okay. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves some wood. What do we got the most of? Yeah, I think we can use spruce. Let's take out some coal. Actually, wait, no. We have blocks of coal. We can use that instead. Okay, now we're rolling here. We want 2, not a whole stack. Okay, so far so good. And yes, you can accelerate this with the time in a bottle as well. I just want to show you, how this works. So we got a piece of charcoal, and we got 250 millibuckets of creosote. For best production, that's where we're going to use the blocks of coal. I'll take half. But the blocks of coal is what we're going to want to use here. Okay. As you see, it's smelting. And if you click on show recipes, it shows you how much you get for everything. You get 5,000 millibuckets and blocks of coal coke for 1 block of coal. That gets us the best production of what we want. Okay, so we're going to get 27 for now. So now what we're going to do is put our charcoal and wood back and the coal. And what we want to get next is our iron. We got a couple blocks of iron here, so let's go ahead and take 8 of them, turn them back into ingots. Throw the 8 back in there. Now we're going to put our iron into our crude blast furnace here. But now this one does need fuel, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this block of coal and accelerate it. Doesn't take power, so there's no problem. It's just a very long time. But as you can see, we got 1 500 millibuckets worth, which is a half a bucket of creosote. Now, if this fills up, it's going to stop working, right? This is for an input of a bucket. This is where it'll get an output filling with the creosote. So now while this is working, well, first we're going to go sleep and get rid of the rain in the nighttime. And what we're going to do is we're going to set up an auto extraction system. So we want a chest. Okay, so we want planks. We can get rid of this for now. We're going to use our nice spruce wood here. Create ourselves 2 chests. Do we have any crates? I don't think so. Not the ones we want. But we're going to eventually upgrade these, right? Using this. So let's get more planks. And we're going to need a total of 6 more. Okay. So we're going to just go ahead and make ourselves 2 small crates. One, 2, and 1, 2. Now what we're going to also need is a pump. Okay. Which is going to be this guy right here. Now this is rather expensive to make with iron plates and fluid pipes, right? As you can see, we have the iron plates only right now. In order to make the mechanical component, it's going to take some copper and more iron plates. But we only need the one. And then for the fluid pipes, we're going to need just a whole bunch more plates. But luckily we get 8 for 1 craft. But it also means we're going to need to make more iron plates. Hence why I have 1 hammer that's currently got durability damage onto it. Well, not both do, but we're going to need a total of 6. Okay. So we're going to go back to our pump. We're going to make 2 of them. And we're going to also need another iron mechanical component. So I might have to make some more. Yeah. Now if you don't want to use your hammer durability, there is another pattern here. If you look. Just wastes more, but you get 3 iron plates for it. And then to make sure that this works, I actually need to make a second one of those. I'll keep it for later. But we are going to need a lever. Plain Jane classic lever. And I didn't mean to do it that way, but well, we have extra for later. Okay. Next we're going to need fluid ducts, which we have 7 here. And we're probably going to only need 1 crate. But then we're going to need a drum. Not these 2 drums. I'm talking about these drums. We've got a stone drum, an iron drum, a reinforced large drum, and a demonically gargantuan drum. And of course the creative drum, which we're not going to mess with. So to make these, we have everything to make a stone drum, but that's too small. So let's see if we can make the iron one. Okay, all we need is 2 iron plates, and if we make the reinforced, that takes diamonds. So we're not going to go for that yet. So let's get our weighted pressure plates. We're going to need 2. Iron drums should be sufficiently large, right? And then clear this out. And now we're going to go place these. So first, we need to go on the top. We're going to put it here on this left side, starting with our pump. Now you need to shift click and place. Now, as you can see, it's got nothing on any side. It's got a power requirement on the top. However, for this, you actually don't need power. So we're just going to stick a lever on it, right? Next, you're going to have your fluid ducts. But before we do that, I put away my hammer. So we're going to take this back out. A little bit of lag. Come on. Now, for those of you who don't know how immersive engineering works, with the hammer, there we go. If you look at something that is immersive engineering, you can see that there's nothing here, right? But if you click it, it changes the side. Blue is input, orange is output. Okay? And if you're on the other side, you can shift right click and see now it no longer shows. Now we're going to take our fluid ducts, put it right onto it. You see it connects. Okay, and then we're going to just connect our drum straight to it. And there you go. And it makes the connection. And if you can look, it says drum empty. Now we're going to flip the switch, and it starts filling right up with creosote oil. So now this stays completely empty for as long as this has not reached 256,000 millibuckets. So that's 256 buckets of creosote. So now this can just keep going. Now we're going to auto export right off the side here, right like that, and anything that's in here should automatically be outputted into the chest, or in this case a crate. If we need to, we can make maybe a hopper system right underneath this corner, and that'll also pull it out. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and do that just for sake of ease. So we're going to dig down, and we're going to dig here and here. We're going to place our crate there, and it's going to blend right in. So let's go make ourselves a hopper. It's just 3 iron ingots, right? Or no, I'm sorry, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well, wait, I forgot we need a chest too. So we're going to go ahead and make ourselves another chest. Okay, now we can make our hopper. There you go. Those fluid ducts can go away, this can get cleared, that can get cleared, right? So now all you're going to do is come down here and shift click the hopper so it's going into the chest. And then we can close that back up. So we're just going to take some plain Jane dirt, and there you go. That's all there is to it. Now let's go ahead and accelerate this bad boy and try and get that done. And it's just not working. So it's just going to be a long process. So we'll let that run for a while. Okay, we can put our hammer away again. This time we can actually put it away. Okay, and do note that when you're right-clicking with the hammer to change things, the hammer does not take durability damage. Nope, wrong button. Let's put our sleeping bag away. Now I do have a flux board basic. I do want to try and upgrade that. Let's see. To upgrade that, we need to go from a basic to a hardened, which takes Invar, copper, and Invar. So I don't think we have Invar yet. Oh, we actually do. Let's see if we can upgrade our flux board then. Need a gear, flux board. Okay. Let's take our bore out, stick it in the center, and voila. You see how I have my Flux network instantly charging it? So now that does a lot better. For reinforced, diamond, gold, and electrum. Excuse me, just electrum and diamond, no gold. So we're going to hold off on upgrading that again, because we're not getting electrum, right? But this now, if for whatever reason our pickaxe does break, which we do need to repair, by the way, and I think we have cobblestone onto that. Yeah. And there we go. Nighttime, so let's sleep. Okay. So now we're going to take out a stack of cobblestone. Eventually I'm going to probably automate this process. We can take out more of our bricks, put our cobblestone in. And now we can go back. We were trying to make our alloy smeltery. Oh wait, we have one. I guess we don't need to make that. What about the sag mill? Still need to make the dark steel ingots. So I think the next order of business is just to wait until we get our cobblestone and our steel production going. So that way we can expand our base. See, now it says 26, and bingo, we have 1 block of coal coke. And if you look, that's now get 5,000. And then you can take your coal coke and just stick it in there, and it'll turn regular iron into steel. So we're progressing, right? Alright, so what bees do we have? Hives. So we got 5, 6 different types of hives. Curious, unusual, infernal, resonating, wintry, and modest. As far as bees go, drones, we have infernal, monastic, unusual, wintry, steadfast, attuned, and tropical. The key one here is the monastic drone. That's the hard one. That's the tricky one. And then for princesses, we got 5. We do not have a monastic drone, or monastic princess. And now notice that these 2 wintry princesses don't stack because one's ignoble, one's pristine. We want as much pristine stock as we can. So let's see if we can get a mechanical user. Let's see, resonating crystal. Oh, I need to get the ender shards. I'm out of sticks. Let's just get a whole stack of them. Because we can always plant saplings to get more, right? So let's go back to mechanical user. Let's start making this up, right? Alright. Now we're going to take out all of our hives. Now this is a little trick that I learned when doing it myself, because who wants to take damage when they're trying to get all their princesses, right? So we're just going to set it up right over here. Okay. And then inside here, we're going to put our scooperator, and we want it to be use item on block. And we want it to be left click, upper left slot only. And then you just simply place your hive down. It saves you the trouble of taking all sorts of damage, right? And you're getting all the resources from them. And as you can see, we got a whole bunch of modest and wintry. Got a couple frozen honeycombs. Got some parched combs, princesses. A bunch of drums, right? And then just keep going. Now I can't get into bees just quite yet because I do need to make sure that I go to the end and get some ender drones, which are only found there. Okay, getting a lot of good stuff. Got some glowstone dust, some molten combs, and some mundane combs, right? And that's all of our drones. All of our hives. Then you can just leave the mechanical use there, take your scooperator back out, and it takes no durability while it's doing that either. And if it does, then once you put it back in your inventory, our little handy dandy flux network over here will charge it right back up. Alright, so let's go check on our production, shall we? So, let's see. We haven't gotten our second one there yet. And the one coal coke that we got is still producing here. Now, like I said, you can't automate importing and exporting from the crude blast furnace, but that's what the advanced furnace is for. But by the time we get to that far, we're not going to need it because we're going to use the alloy smeltery instead. Much easier. But if this fills up with slag or it fills up with steel, it's going to stop working. So let's just go ahead and take these out for now. We're just waiting on this to all produce. It's just a very slow process, right? So what we're going to do also, we're going to grab some saplings. Let's just take a whole bunch of oak. No, we're not planting all 64 of them. But we got a nice clear sky here. And we're just going to go right here. Plant them all. I'm just going to wait for them to grow, because that'll get us much more needed wood. Now eventually we're going to build, let's see, farming. Yeah, farming station from Ender.io. This takes a little bit to get into because of the pulse, the vibrant crystals, and the Z-Logic controller. Until we get to that far, we can instead use a plant gatherer from Industrial Foregoing. And if you didn't want to do that one, you do have the straight tree fluid extractor, which we're going to use later. But the one we are looking for is the plant sower, which we can't make at the moment. Let's see, plant gatherer. Eventually we're going to make this resources fisher, because that is an excellent way of making both enchantments and money and getting fish caught to eat. Let's see, biofuel, laser drill, we're going to get into those. Dye mixer, spores, animal grower, fluid crafter, fluid pump, hydrator. We're definitely going to want an ore dictionary converter later. Maybe it is the these three. Plant fertilizer. And of course they all accept these add-ons down here for faster of everything. So actually let's take a look at our quests. What do we got here? So this is the introductions page. As you can see, I've got a good bit of stuff going on. We can use the base defense, basically making the sensors not too hard. So let's do, nope. Nope, not that one. Am I just missing it? I must be just missing it. There we go. Okay, let's make our first, let's see. Actually, wait, which one does the quest want us to make? Potato cannon turret and a base turret crank. So we need a turret crank and the potato gun. Now, are we going to use these? No. If we're going to use any, we're going to use the laser for a very specific reason. But this gets us potatoes, money, and an enhanced building guide. What is that? From Open Blocks. I have no idea how this machine works. Oh, and it's gone. Okay then, so I'm going to keep one, drop the rest. Okay. And as you can see, we already got some trees grown, so let's go ahead and chop them down. And of course, those will just naturally fall on their own. So we got 10 and 10, it looks like. Do we have our next coal coke? Yes, we do. Now do note that you can interact from any side with this, just to show you here. Same thing with the coke oven over here, you can interact with it from any side. It only shows you the animation on the front side. And as you can see, this is filling up quite nicely. It's already at 10,000. So now what do we do with that? Well, I'm going to show you. We're going to go in and grab a bucket, refill our plenty saplings as the trees are decaying, right? So let's get a bucket. And we don't have a plain Jane bucket, so let's make one. Okay. We don't need to make more than one. So all you do is select your bucket and right click on your drum. And now we have a Creosote Oil Bucket. Yeah, we're going to be collecting these for quite some time, I know. But we're getting good resources out of it, right? Now, what does the creosote oil do? It turns it into treated wood. And we have a little bit of treated wood planks. So what you're going to do is you're going to take planks, which you need to make more of. But luckily we just, got a whole bunch, right? We'll get 2 whole stacks. And for every 1 bucket of creosote, fill up around your planks. Now you see you get 8 treated wood planks from it. And it uses the bucket. Okay? And for as much as you have creosote being made, which at 5,000 from 1 block of coal, you're going to have plenty of creosote for a while. And we're going to need a lot, both creosote and treated wood, right? And look, another tree grew. Yes, I know our axe broke. So we just come over here to our handy dandy crafting bench, use our birch wood that we got here, and repair the sucker. Right? All good. Actually, I'm going to leave that in there because we're going to be using our axe for quite a bit more. Now, we're not going to get any more creosote for now. We're just going to stock up on wood. Now, again, this is all going to naturally decay. I'm just doing this because it's faster. And we still have more trees to grow, right? Again, blocks of coal could take a long time. Speaking of taking a long time, how much are we up to in our Inferium? There we go. 11 stacks of 64 plus 52. Okay, so we're getting there. That's just going to keep on producing forever. So let's see now. What I want to do after I deposit this stuff is I want to take my dank null and I want to build my next layer up here. So I think that should be sufficiently high, right? Now there's a reason why I'm doing it this way, and I'll show you why when I get to there. This is something that you didn't see me do that I did kind of off camera because it was my first time trying to use the building gadget. Okay, so now we're going to fill this all in. Fill this all in. Okay. And then we're going to fill in this whole layer, just this level, not the underneath. And we ran out of dirt. Well, we can rectify that. We got plenty in our storage. And we'll get all this dirt back anyway. Okay. Okay, getting there. Okay. Now we have 12 tiny torches. We can place these up here. Okay, just on the perimeter. Now what we're going to do, we're going to come in here, take our pickaxe, and we're going to Don't know what that was, but okay. I'm just going to remove the outer edge. That part's going to be a little tricky because of him there. Now, there's a reason why I'm doing it this way, and you'll see why. Because now we're going to have some breathing room in our base. Okay. Now we're just going to disconnect this part. Okay. And just to be on the safe side, let's do this too. Okay. And then this we're going to replace just to seal it off. Make sure it stays sealed, right? Now we can vein mine all of this. Hey, and our stone pickaxe is now leveled up, which means we can now make it unbreakable. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. We have our last reinforcement right here, and we just put it in, and voila! It is now an unbreakable pickaxe. So, why did I make this out of dirt if I'm just going to replace it? Well, because by doing it out of dirt, I get all my smooth stone back, and then I use my building gadget. So first, I'm going to shift click the type of block that I want, and then my controls are Shift G. You hold it down and you can select how you want it to be placed. I want it to do a surface area, and I also want it with connected surface, and I don't want it to place on top. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, not my building gadget. Wrong one. Oh, my exchanging gadget. And I want it to do a surface, and then I want to increase the range as much as we can go, right? So You just right click and it changes it. And then you just do up here. It'll do as much as it can. And as you can see, I need more smooth stone, which is why, let's get off of that for a second. I was cooking more up out here. But it's not ready yet. Okay. Okay. So moving right along. Let's check on our production, shall we? So we should have one more. Awesome. Let me just take these out and throw all that into our system over here. Now, do we have any more smooth stone here? 10. So we can go ahead and use these. Now, as you can see, it's red. It means that that will change, but you don't have any of the item on you, right? So we just got to do from here and over that way. And what we're going to do here is we're going to build stairs above this guy to go up to another level. And now, the last thing that we have to do is go back up on top and place more of our tiny torches. Plus replace all the ones that just came down. Okay. So you want it on the 4 corners. And yes, I know I'll replace this one over here. And about the centers of each. And then just anywhere roughly on the inside. Excuse me. Now in doing this, you want to make sure that you try to place them on excuse me, on the smooth stone that you've already replaced, because as you saw, it basically deletes the block and replaces it, which means anything attached to the block is going to come off. But now we have a nice 4-high room, which means we can move all our torches above, so that way they're not all cluttered on the bottom floor. Let's see, how about regular stone? Do we have regular stone? No, but we got plenty of regular cobblestone, plus we have the generator next to us. So we're just literally waiting until that finishes up. Okay. And there we go, got 48 more smooth stone. So we take our handy dandy exchanging gadget, which keeps in memory what you last did. And there you go. Now we need a little bit more, but we're getting there. And of course, all of the dirt that comes out goes back into your inventory. So we have plenty of dirt. Yeah, we're sitting at over 2,000. Now if you notice, I have green and purple dirt. Slimy dirt, which lets you build saplings onto them, which are the blue slime saplings, and I don't think I have any green slime saplings, but I do have some magma slime. But if I just search slime, you can see I have both purple congealed blocks, green, blue, magma, or just orange, and I at least have blue and magma saplings. I did not, however, get any of the green. But if I'm not mistaken, anything that requires a green slime ball, you can use a blue one for. And yes, I did put the slime onto the rack here and dried it out, and got myself a nice 2 more things eaten. Alright, so moving right along. Getting more chopped up from here. Oops, didn't mean to do that, but okay. It's not going to hurt nothing. So we got more smooth stone. So now we can go in, grab another stack of cobblestone from here. Now there's a reason why I'm not pulling it out of my inventory, out of here. And I will share that with you when the time comes. For now, let's just go ahead and get more stone smelted up. And come up here. Let's get this one corner done. And now we can put that tiny torch back. Okay. And of course, yes, you can do this from up top as well. Be careful about standing on what you're exchanging though, because you can fall through. And if we need to, we have regular torches that we can place up here too. So, you know, like over here, maybe right there, there, and then place some more over there as well. Now, for those of you curious, if you wanted to, you can place a ceiling so that the trees stop growing at a certain height. Do I like doing it? No, because I want to get as much wood as I can right now. Eventually, maybe I will, but not right now. About to get another coal coke block. This is about to finish some more iron into steel. And the slag is a byproduct that, if you look it up, can turn into clay with just dirt and water. Pulped biomass can turn into dirt. You can make concrete with it, which is very nice. You can make asphalt, phytogrow, and phytogrow times 16 instead of times 4. Both are very nice. Now we don't have any sawdust yet, and we don't have any nitrate or saltpeter yet that I know of. But you can also make florbs, which are nice. If anybody remembers, I got a floor with a Cyclops in it that I do not want to release just quite yet. But that'll give you 8 of them. It's basically like a mob imprisonment tool. You throw it, you catch the mob. And yes, you can turn slag into sand in a mechanism crusher. The regular crusher, unfortunately, will not work. But just being able to create clay and dirt, it's going to be a nice touch. But the really good thing that we want out of here is the phytogrow. Because phytogrow is used for a lot of things. If you look in the phytogenic isolator, there's 97 pages of 3 things on each page. And this machine here can also have upgrades so that it has a chance to not use the phytogrow. This right side will never go away. As you see, you always get 100% back. So like any food that you can produce, most of your essences can be produced in here pretty quickly. So it'll be nice. But for now, we're just going to keep it in there. Get away, chameleon, I don't want to kill you. So what are the goods and bads about the garden cloche? Well, the good news is it produces infinitely forever, as long as it has power and water. And as you can see, it has water, it has power. This is your growth meter. If you put in bone meal or phytogrow, you can increase how much is produced every time a tick goes by into here. So instead of producing 1, it may produce like 8. Do note that mystical agriculture seeds, making them 10, 10, 10 and putting them in there is useless. The garden cloche ignores mystical agriculture strength and growth modifiers. Got ourselves another coal coke, so toss that in, take these out, and we're just progressing. Alright, you know what, chameleon? Alright. So, as you can see, we're getting through this quite nicely. Now we have ore doubling. Pulverized any ores into dust, which gives us 2, and then each dust is smelted into 1 in the redstone furnace, turning into an ingot. So those of you who know about ore doubling, that's a nice way of doing it. Now this tree you want to leave alone. Don't touch it. That's why I'm building my trees on that side instead of next to this one. Because the way I'm clearing out, if I were to clear out too much of this tree, namely the leaves, it has to have 1 on top of the top block, and then it has to have at least the 4 around it. So like these up here above it, I can destroy those, I can destroy everything below, but I don't want to destroy those 5. Otherwise, if I do, these arboreal extractors will stop working, which means this will no longer function properly. You'll have to literally tear down the tree and replant it and wait for it to grow for it to start producing again. Sometimes you have to even pick up your arboreal extractors and replace them for them to get going again. That's also why we have the buffer here of a basic fluid tank to make sure if that ever does accidentally happen or something happens to that tree, this will keep working at least for a little bit longer. Okay, so we've got a nice good bit of progress going. I was hoping that I would have the extended ceiling done a little bit more by now, but I did start a little bit late and having problems. So we're just slowly building and replacing our roof for the time being. So you know what? Let's go grab ourselves another stack of cobblestone. We're going to use our flux capacitor. And we are going to tick accelerate this bad boy. Yeah, that's nice. Two whole stacks. And some. About 2.5 stacks worth. So we do it again. And that'll get us the last of our smooth stone that we need. Alright. Now we can take our tick acceleration, put it away. It's getting nighttime yet again, so I'm going to throw in another stack of cobblestone. This time I'm not going to smelt it up into smooth stone, however. I'm just going to leave it as regular stone. And I'm going to also pull out my bauble. And as you can see, it's slowly charging itself back up. So now we can go up here, use our exchanging gadget, and finish off the new extended roof of our house. Just for now. And there we go. Everything on all sides are now all smooth stone. You got torches on top lighting it up so that no mobs can spawn on top. And now we can start building on the inside if we really wanted to. So we're going to need at least the stairs right there so that our handy dandy little guy is safe. Let's replace our torch right there. Okay. And eventually we're going to build upwards to the second floor that way. Alright, so our smooth stone can go away. This dirt can go away. And we can put away our exchanging gadget. Now just to show you what I got. Come on. There we go. I found all these inventory pets. I got a second pig, got the Pingot pet, which finds the nearest ore, and it lets you auto-extract by sneak right-clicking for diamond nuggets. Basically bypasses the mining level limits. I found the Siamese pet, which is one that I started with, if you remember. I found a Blaze pet, which increases my damage. I found the Nether Portal pet, a bed pet, a squid pet, an ocelot, Pac-Man, and a cow, and a furnace pet, and the crafting table pet. So I got a lot going on here. And if you look, there's a whole lot of pets to find. Some of them are craftable, some of them are not. Like the meta pet, no. There's the holiday pets. You can cheat and make them make Minecraft think it's the correct day on your computer time, and you can get these. You got the banana pet. The one that I am looking for is this one though, the purplicious cow pet. Health regeneration for diamond nuggets. I don't care so much about fills the empty buckets with lava. That's nice if you need the lava, but that health regeneration is extremely powerful. But if you look, there's no crafting recipe for it. It's find only. So let's see. Let's see if we can make some of the machines, however, for, speaking of enchanting. What is it going to take to make the Enchantment Applicator? I think we can make that. Okay, I think the machine frame is the easiest one with 10 gears. I need more glass. I can do that one. Let's make 3 anvils, if I can. Nope, I need more iron. Okay. So what does it take to make an iron seed? Tier 4. Oof. So all that inferium essence is going to come quite in handy. No, I don't want to use that one. I'll have to make another one later. And this is almost finished. I do want to see if I have another gas tier and some plastic and see if I can make another mob imprisonment tool. Because I was also wanting to head to the Nether and seeing if I can capture a wither skeleton. That's almost ready. That's more there. So let's see if we can do that real quick. Uh-oh. We have 0 potential empty slots. That's not good. So let's go for more crates. Now I can't make a large one, because large ones take a lot of these, and I don't really feel like making those quite right now. But what I can do is make another one of the medium upgrades, at least for one more. So yeah, I can make another medium storage crate, and then a small to medium upgrade, and get this one right here on the end. There we go. Now we have some storage. Okay, so we're progressing. And then these can go right in there. So let's see, what did I make for implied energistics? I have an inscriber. Which goes into the advanced inscriber, but I need to use the inscriber for the engineering processors first. So, now we do have some money, and for all the inscribers, they're not that much. You need only one of each. That's it. We can make more of these. So we need 2, 4, 6, and we have the 1, which would be 8, which would be 4 machines. So we need 1 more. Turn all these into stickies. Alright, so it looks like we're going to have to grow some slime trees. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get our blue ones. Just one block. Oh, put these away as well. So I'm going to take 1 block, say about right. No, let's do back here. That's not what I wanted. I need slimy dirt. Whoa! Creeper. That was a little unexpected. We need this one. There we go. Now that'll grow. Sunset, but it's not night. Okay. Now there's a reason why I'm making extras of the inscribers and then eventually the advanced inscribers. They need power. It's part of the AE system. Like I said, if I do applied, I have all these things. Okay. This will only work in the beneath or the moon. It is for finding the meteorites where not only is there a lot of good loot, but you need sky blocks to make some of the other stuff. But you can also find the presses in those same meteors inside of a chest. When we get to the beneath, I'll show you. You need an energy acceptor, and we're going to need another plug for flux points. Excuse me, points, not plugs. Which we are short on one of these. Do I have another Eye of Ender? Yeah. And you get 4 of these for every craft. And there you go. So you're going to take your acceptor. We're going to take our battery. This is going to fill up really, really fast. And we have quartz fibers, but we're not going to use those. At least not yet. But what we are going to do is just set this up to get started. Energy acceptor. I'm going to stick our flux point right on top. You're going to select your network. And then you're going to disable limit. That's it. Then you're going to take your battery. We're just going to stick it right on the side. As you can see, it changed colors. but you can't see how much power is into it. So what we need to do is make ourselves some handy dandy network tools. Assuming I can spell. So you want your network visualization tool eventually. You want your actual network tool, which for that we're going to need another quartz wrench, which I do not have one, or a Certus quartz wrench. Either one will work. And an illuminated panel, which you get 3 per craft. And then you're going to need a calculation processor. I'll show you how to get that later. Or if you know what you're doing, then you can go ahead and get that now. So as you can see, it takes a printed silicon, a printed calculation circuit, and redstone. That gets you a calculation processor. This is just silicon, but then the printed calculation circuit is pure Certus quartz. Pure. So what we're going to need first is a growth chamber. Now there's 2 types. There's the crystal growth accelerator and the crystal growth chamber. We can't get this one just quite yet. Well, we might. Yeah, we can. Okay. This one works just fine, but it's a lot slower. You want your crystal growth chamber. We need a hopper, which we're going to need more iron for. So that's going to have to wait just a little bit. Darn creepers. Okay. Okay, that's going. Go ahead and use this. Let's go ahead and get this slime tree grown, shall we? Now you can tick accelerate it, you can watering can it, you can bone meal it. All 3 will work pretty much the same. And hopefully out of it you get more of the saplings, so we can grow more, right? Now also take a note that I do not have fortune or any sort of enchantments on my pickaxe, or my shovel, or my axe. They are just plain vanilla tinker's tools at this point. So we're going to get another sapling. Should have just kept one out, but you know, stupid me. We're just going to regrow another one. Or at least get one started growing anyway. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how these inscribers work. Okay, so we're going to take out the inscriber. We need the calculation press. We're going to need redstone, just one, silicon, just one, and Certus. So you're going to take your inscriber, you're going to put it right up against it. As you can see, it's nothing fancy, right? Oh, we're also going to need another press. silicon press. Excuse me. So first, you take your silicon press, put it in there, and your silicon goes there. Now you see you got a little bar here that's filling up. Now this does have to be powered. But now you can take your silicon press, sorry about that, and the calculation press, or excuse me, not silicon, calculation press, and do it with your Certus quartz. Now note, it's not going to go in. It is not a pure Certus quartz crystal. It is just a regular Certus quartz. So how do you get the pure Certus quartz, right? This is the one that we want. Now there's two ways to get it. Certus quartz seeds with glowstone dust and a phytogenic isolator, or insulator, excuse me, and an enrichment chamber. So we need the enrichment chamber. Right there. But for that we're going to need basic control circuits, which we're going to need osmium ingots for. So we're going to have to go and kill ourselves a wither, get to the beneath, and find some osmium. I wanted to make another mob imprisonment tool. Can we make one? We need a gas tier. So this can just all go away. We can take out our press from our inscriber because it's not going to do us any good right now. And got ourselves a little bit of a reward down here because we got all the presses. And then we're going to go to the shop and we can buy a gas tier, which is going to take just about all of our money. But we got ourselves a fresh mob imprisonment tool. So we're going to put away our scooperator. Let's get some more cheese. And let's take a trip to the Nether. So we want to see if we can find ourselves a wither skeleton. I don't know how I have a death wave over there, but okay. I hear a ghast, but I don't see a ghast. Oh, there it is. Let's see if we can kill that for another ghast here, shall we? Now there is one thing that I did forget to do, and that is to take out my inventory pet. Because without that inventory pet, I can be in deep doo-doo. Like that. Okay, now we're safe. Safe-ish. I don't know what that is, but it's hurting me. Stop. Oh, wow. Well, that wasn't fun. Yeah, I'm gonna run away from them. I'm here to find another fortress so I can hopefully find a wither skeleton. That's all I need. Gotta love the magma pet, right? What do we got here? Oh, another one. Man, not cool. Let's get out of here. Yeah, I don't like those things. I don't have good armor for them yet. I'll remove those discs later. I just want to find some nether fortress. Well, it looks like I'm not going to get much farther than I am right now. But hey, turning it down to 8 gigs actually paid off. So we got a lot of nice stream before things started happening, right? Uh, in between this one and episode 9, I will find that wither skeleton from the fortress, captured in this mob imprisonment tool that's right down here that I just made, and yeah, we're gonna make ourselves a mob grinder and wither skeleton spawner. We can hopefully next episode fight the wither. So yeah, a lot of progression made, a lot of things went right. Right there at the end, a lot of things went wrong. But all in all, I would say that this is a very successful stream, don't you? Episode 8 is definitely shaping up to be quite a turn of events, I should say. I didn't get as far as I wanted to because I was hoping that I would already have enough to get the wither skeleton going. But it's not so bad. You know, we got some good progress. We got the coal coke oven and the crude blast furnace going. We got the roof on our house extended up a little bit higher. Started somewhat building the stairs so that we can start building a second level. And we'll have to get a lot more smooth stone to do what we did and build up again. But yeah, we're moving right along. I showed off the building gadget. You know, you'll have to change your keybinds to fix it up how you want it. Takes some doing to get used to it, play around with it. You know, it's not too terribly difficult to use. The exchanging gadget, rather, not the building gadget. Maybe we'll come across a reason to use the building gadget next. But yeah. I'll probably just reconnect to the game long enough to /home and go from there. Call it an episode. And like I said, in between episodes, I will try to find the fortress so that way I can better progress. Now, I believe the Nature's Compass in the Nether will allow me to find a fortress. Let me go back to my house here and see if it's selectable to find. But for those of you who don't know how to use the mob imprisonment tool, literally any mob that you find, you right click and you can capture it inside. However, the downside is, in order to use it in the mob duplicator machine, it has to be under 600 health. Now, this is a little deceiving because if a mob spawns as a champion, it can have over 600 health easily, which means it's not going to work. Case in point, the salamanders are something I was trying to spawn at one point. Salamanders will not work, even the baby ones, because even though they have 150, capturing either one of them, which is listed as lava cow, will both spawn both the adults and the babies. Get away from me! You come here. Okay, so let's get out of here before I die again. Now there are a lot of cool things that I do want to show off in the Nether that I just can't yet, for various reasons. Mainly because I can't exactly survive in the Nether, as you've seen. There's my portal. Oh look, a broken portal. Oh nice. Try and stay somewhat healed. All these gas, but nothing dropping. You come here. Alright, let's get on out of here. Before I do, let's go ahead and remove these deaths, because, yeah. Well, that was a somewhat disaster. Okay, then. Come on, open up. So I think I'll call it here for the episode. I said in between episodes I'll find that wither skeleton so that I can put them inside this mob imprisonment tool. It's not wanting to eat. Not good. Not good at all. Find a lot of random stuff too. Look at this. Why didn't the skeleton go to the dance? Because he had nobody to go with. And then Iago and Lord Skellington times 2. And I found another squid pet. Well, once I got my issues fixed for the most part, I do hope that you all enjoyed watching my failure as well as my progress. So, yeah, I'm going to call it here, and I will see you at episode 9, when hopefully we will be fighting a wither for the first time. Bye, folks. Have a nice one.